Hello, whole food plant-based weight loss community. My name is Lacey Katau, and I'm your board certified holistic health practitioner. I am here to go over a couple of notions with you in regards to your weight loss journey, whether it is a weight loss in general, or maybe you're at the stage of weight maintenance. So, if you subscribe to our newsletter, you may have seen our recent article or just more of a type of email to get you guys thinking. And the tagline or the title at the top was the question, is weight loss your goal? So I have had quite a few inquiries recently. I'm not losing weight. What am I doing wrong? But we need to focus on what factors are influencing your, let's see, I just got an alert that maybe my internet is not connecting well. So but I'm going to continue going on and we can come back and answer questions if there are any. But in terms of weight loss being your goal, or maybe it's just weight management at this point, I think mindset is something that we need to focus on because we can be counting calories, we can be tracking our macros and things like that. But if we don't address um, all of the other factors in our life that play into wellness overall, then our bodies are going to hold on to that weight because it's like a security blanket. So, the first notion that I wanted to cover is stress. So, when we talk about stress, we do discuss a level of exertion with our exercise. There is a somewhat healthy and reasonable level to our stress, but many times we overexert ourselves, whether it's past the high intensity interval training workout, past the endurance workout, but maybe we put a little bit too much stress on our plates, and then we don't give our bodies proper time to heal, recover. So that's the physical stress. But then there's also the mental stress. So what factors are playing into your lifestyle that you have not addressed, whether it's family, marital, your job. Of course, with the way of the world, we have a lot of uncertainty. So all of this can cause stress in our lives. So I want to make sure that we take this into account wherever we are on our weight loss journey. So a few weeks ago, I went over intermittent fasting, and mindset really comes into play when you're intermittent fasting. So I noticed that for myself, a couple things actually transpired from intermittent fasting. And the first one, in terms of mindset, was this notion of, well, I have to eat everything on my plate because I don't want to waste food. So if you've ever been on a journey and maybe you were tight on money and you had a limited budget, and what you had for your lunch or dinner was all that you could afford. So you weren't sure, when your next healthier meal was going to be. This plays into your mindset. Whether you feel satiated, these are all factors to take into consideration. Secondly, in terms of mindset and intermittent fasting, which I didn't really go into detail in our last class, but the notion of, well, I need to eat all of this so I can keep either my stamina, my energy levels, whether maybe you're working out on a regular basis, so you want to make sure that you are fueling yourself, but sometimes that leads to overeating because we have this mindset of oh, well, I need to keep eating. I mean, even as a breastfeeding mother, we get in this mindset, oh, well, I have to eat because I have to be able to produce so I can feed my child. So this is all mindset that comes into play when we are looking to control our portions, maybe the time frame of when we are eating. These are all factors to take into consideration when you're on your weight loss journey. Um, So we covered stress, we covered mindset in terms of, how we see the food and the meals that are in front of us, but also if you're transitioning and coming to a whole food, plant-based lifestyle from a different lifestyle, such as keto, paleo, low carb, Atkins, all of these lifestyles are very different from whole food, plant-based lifestyles, which isn't a bad thing, but it does take a switch in our mindset, in our mind frame, to be able to transition in a healthy manner to a whole food, plant-based lifestyle. And when I say that, it's because when we're coming from these previous lifestyles, these nutritional diets that restrict what we're eating or have informed us that there are certain types of foods, such as whole grains and complex carbohydrates, that are unhealthy for us, it triggers a type of mindset for us, and that when we're eating whole food plant-based, we can have this, but we can't have that, such as the whole grains or the legumes. When in reality, those whole grains and those legumes and beans and the complex carbohydrates, of course, not the processed ones, but the complex carbohydrates, even the starchy vegetables, non-starchy vegetables, they all have our place on our plate. But when we're coming from those eating, our mindset gets triggered by these types of foods and that we have to stray away from them. So I want you to be able to take these into consideration as factors that are going to play into your whole food plant-based weight loss journey. So, as I mentioned at the beginning, I sent out a newsletter yesterday, and I want to actually just cover, just in case some of you aren't subscribers, a few of the questions that I detailed in the subscription newsletter, just to get you guys thinking. And these are things that could be impacting your success for weight loss, and you may not even have considered it. So I touched on this a little bit, but your relationship with food. What is your past experience with food? Whether it's coming from a different lifestyle and thinking that there are certain foods that you need to stray away from and continue to eliminate from your diet, or whether it is the mindset that you have previously been in, whether it's I need to eat everything on my plate, even though I already feel the satiation and the satiety. Maybe it's you're overeating because of that mindset of, well, I don't know when my next meal that's going to be this healthy is going to take place. Or even the overeating because I need to fuel my body for XYZ. And then maybe we are not performing at that level that we previously had an expectation for. So these are all something to consider in your relationship with food. And I recommend that you actually journal on these. Journaling is going to be huge when it comes to short-term goals, long-term goals, and also being able to track the foods that you do incorporate into your lifestyle. I know oftentimes when people want to have a conversation with me, the first thing I do is request a food journal from them. And sometimes I don't get it and we don't move forward, because if I can't see what you're consuming, then I can't help give you suggestions on what we could be altering to provide optimal wellness or a better weight loss results. Also, I touched on stress. So, are you under a lot of stress? And stress comes in the form of, like I said, the mental load that you're carrying to the physical load, but also environmental factors. So, oxidative stress, which also is linked with inflammation. So, we want to lower inflammation. And I know that there is this and again, mindset that when we follow a whole food plant-based lifestyle, oh, I'm doing everything I can, so I don't need to supplement. I don't need to do anything else to reduce my inflammation. And I wish that were the case. I truly do. I'm not someone that's going to push supplements or say that you need to do XYZ, but there are things that we can be deficient in because of previous lifestyles. Maybe we have damaged our gut because of animal products. Maybe we have a damaged gut from the heavy metals in our cookware. Maybe environmental factors, toxicity, mold, all of these can come into play. So that's where we need to take advantage of the support, which brings me to my next question. Who do you have surrounding and encouraging you to succeed? So whether it's this group that you turn to, I know we have a lot of people requesting or I'm sorry, posting recipes. That's great. I love the support, but I do try to monitor and filter through some of the recipes, knowing that this is a weight loss group. So if you are here posting your recipes just to promote your website, thank you for sharing the recipe, but I have to look out for the community as a whole. And if it's going to be a dessert recipe that's not going to lead to a an optimal outcome for the community, then I'm probably not going to approve of it, especially if it's not whole food plant-based SOS compliant, which is the sugar, salt, and oil free. So I do want you all to be aware of that. Sometimes there are posts that slip through the cracks. I don't realize that they have non-compliant ingredients, but if you bring those to my attention, I will try to do my best to continue to monitor them. But back to support. Who do you have surrounding you and encouraging you to succeed? This is what I've built this group and this community for. I hope that you take advantage of it. And I also hope you take advantage of my support and my services because that's what I love to do. I try to make um, my services, my meal plans, my recipe books available and just so all of you can have them at your disposal because I want to help you succeed and I also want to give you all of the tools that are going to set you up for health and wellness success. I continue to educate myself and bring awareness to all of you. So you will see future classes being brought to you and posted in the group or through our YouTube channel, which we're slowly getting up and going, or through these live videos that you see here. But please feel free to reach out to the community if you have questions. I have seen some people post their outcomes after short term or even long term following whole food plant based lifestyle, and I really enjoy seeing the discussion and the community chiming in. So I thank you for that, and I love seeing that. So please continue to share if you feel comfortable your experience and your journey thus far. Lastly, I want to touch on optimal wellness. So we talked a little bit about stress at the beginning. Have you been under physiological stress, which can potentially decrease your body's efficiency? So this is more so like the oxidative stress linked to inflammation, but also when you do come from a potentially damaging lifestyle where there are foods that are hurting the lining of the gut because the lining of our gut is only one cell thick, so it's very thin. We need to work on healing that. And there are times where you may need to increase your nutrient, vitamin, mineral intake so that you can, try to heal your gut. Obviously, I'm not a physician, a medical doctor. I'm a holistic health practitioner. But like I said, I specialize in longevity wellness, holistic health and wellness success. So I want to partner and link arms with you guys so that I can help you determine what is best for your body if you have undergone environmental factors that could have posed damage to your gut, which is something that we need to work on healing before you can experience a success on your weight loss and weight maintenance journey. So these are all things that I recommend you journal on. Um, of course, writing out your why, but just reflecting on what factors could be compromising your weight loss and wellness journey. Because, like I said, I've had quite a few people coming to me and saying, I'm doing XYZ, I'm following this app, I'm tracking my intake, but sometimes it does take more than just tracking your calories, your macros, because you want to focus on your nutrient density. And then, leads to the question, is your body absorbing the nutrients, and is the food that you're feeding your body actually providing nutrients, which we will cover in a future class. So I had a little bit of a technical difficulty when I first started this video. So I hope that you can all hear me, see me. If you have any questions, actually, if you can hear me okay, please give me a thumbs up, or leave a comment below. I love your guys' feedback. And if you guys have any questions, let me know. Especially let me know if any of this resonates with you. So if you could just leave a comment below and give me a little bit of feedback on how you are doing on your whole food plant-based weight loss journey. Maybe if any of this is new to you, maybe you weren't considering it. I would also love to hear that experience as well. Until next time, my name is Lacey Cattell. I am your board certified holistic health practitioner, specializing in whole food plant-based lifestyles, as well as longevity wellness. I hope to speak with all of you soon, and I look forward to answering any questions. Have a great day.